Welcome everyone to the Film Vault. That is Anderson. I'm Brian Bishop, your hosts for today. Top 5 New Year's resolutions for the show. Top 5 things we want to see implemented or changed or adjusted or introduced. This episode will feature producer Avery for his list for top 5 New Year's resolutions. You are some new blood to the show after all. You have some new ideas. And,
the voice of the listener.
You think so?
Yeah, he's a listener until just
That's
recently.
A good point.
Now he's going to be the voice of the listener in this episode.
While you guys were talking about the spoiler for Licorice Pizza, I had an idea for a fan art of just rotten eggs, where it's just my face with the cross.
We're not making eggs a thing. No, we're
eggs is 2021.
Yeah, that's so last
So
year.
over, dude.
Come on,
fucking over.
This year's fucking Bane. Because he's got a mask on. You see what I'm saying? Also, it occurred to us in the middle of actually our spoilerific episode of Matrix Resurrection that I did not pay off my review of Abbey Road.
Oh, assigned to you.
The Beatles' Abbey Road.
That was my Christmas gift to you.
It was a nice gift, Brian.
You have to watch a whole movie that I decided was necessary. I gave you a 40-minute album, 41-minute
47.
album?
And I found him the brand new remastered one because I figured he'd appreciate it.
He did. He sent it to me.
I figured you'd appreciate it with the how much better it sounds in the car. Now it's remastered.
My favorite Beatles album.
Oh, that makes everything you're saying is making my future review of it worse. The more you make me associate, Brian.
Mm-hmm. What'd you think?
Next episode, we will talk about.
Come on.
This is the 600th episode, which was mentioned on the last episode.
What better way to commemorate
than to show our evolution? Look at 600 episodes into their independence, and they're reviewing
album
1960s albums.
The Music Vault.
69, 70.
First episode
Brian
of the Music
would
Vault.
love to do the Music Vault. Would you listen, Mo? Would you listen, Mo?
Top 5. Oh, think of the top 5.
Go ahead. Do your thing. All right. So how we start this? What are we doing?
We're going to do our top 5 New Year's resolutions. We'll go in order. I'd like to give Avery the pole position. Let him go last.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a lot of crossover, I imagine.
You think so?
Yeah.
I should say that last year I had a top 5, as did Brian, and I did not. This is when I was flying solo as producer and also show host, which I didn't really let myself think about it at the time, but it did take a lot out of me and made me different, I think, as a co-host, Brian, because I had a lot to think about during, before, after. I was dreading those nights, having to go home and do all the work after doing the show, and I had a lot to think about during the show, as you can attest to.
Indeed. So,
of my 5 things that I wanted to implement or get going with the show last year, 3 of them were actually successful, and 2.
That's better than me.
2 were not.
Okay.
2 continue to be a thing, and 2 are on my list this year. So let me give you an idea of the 3 that actually made it were successful, and that was when we get back together, we get ourselves a producer.
Nailed it.
We got that.
Yeah.
We got Avery.
We got a trial producer.
Could be better.
This year, my number 1 is.
I didn't say we were good at them, Avery. I said we checked them off the list.
My number 1 is finding a new producer this year. No.
What do I mean?
Also,
I'll be first to help in that endeavor.
I don't know what order these were in, but also use the gambling bit for good more often than bad. And I think I did that.
I'd have to look.
I didn't assign you movies.
I think so. It felt like there was less vitriol.
Yeah, what I was doing is I was leaning on a list of movies that I had not seen that were on my list that I wanted to see and have somebody to talk about with them on the show. So that's what I was doing for the most part.
I'd have to look.
I had like a string there where I won like a 6-game winning streak, I think.
Probably, yeah. You had a good run in the middle of last year.
The toughest movies we had to watch last year were listener inspired.
That's true.
Some of the best to talk about too, though. And then finally, what made it through was figure out the best way to bring back red light, green light, which we did
nice.
pretty successfully last year. I'd
Well
like
done.
to do even more so this year.
Well done.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I got. Yeah. I have 5 new ones. Well, 3 new ones and 2 that didn't make it last year.
Oh, you're re-upping the ones we failed at?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Smart. I have 5 brand new ones. I failed at pretty much all of them. We failed at pretty much all of them. I think actually I did number 4 for me.
Do you have yours last year?
I do. One was I wish I had a list in front of me. I wanted to flick fest more from the AFI Top 100. I specifically highlighted 3 of the top 10 I had not seen and still have not seen. Mm-hmm. However, I did chip away. I did chip away at some AFI Top 100 movies. So I guess that counts.
It's changed since I knocked those out 10 years ago, but I wonder if there's any on there now that I haven't seen. I bet not. When I knocked it out, Yankee Doodle Dandy was number 100. So that's obviously off the list now because they've updated it. But whatever.
Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I saw every single one at the time. Yeah,
sure. And then number 2 was
2 out of 3 were total letdowns and did nothing
Really?
for me. Yeah, but that's me. That's on me. I'm not misinterpreting this as though those aren't good movies and everyone has it wrong. They just didn't work for me.
Fair enough. Speaking of seeing every movie, number 2 for me was see every Oscar movie. And
Why?
I did that at least feature-length films.
Feature length? You didn't
I
see
didn't
the
see
shorts?
the shorts, no.
So, I mean, those
They're
are the easiest ones to...
difficult to access.
No, they're not.
Difficult.
This year, I mean, the last few years, they've been easier than ever. They're like available on Netflix or
My
you
story
can
is
rent them.
difficult to access.
That's not a true story.
Okay. Well, we agree to disagree.
It's a false story. In the past, yes, they were like literally impossible unless you're an Academy member, right, who got it shipped to you. But
And then
nowadays,
remember the theater, my theater down the street, which you hate so much, started showing like, all the shorts together.
everything you're saying right now, the theater down your street, down the street from you, it does not support your argument.
They started to show a couple years ago. They showed the shorts.
Right. What is your argument, though?
I'm simply saying the theater down the street, which you hate.
What
so
was your
much.
argument that we agree not to agree
Oh,
on?
I see that it was impossible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you're
I
telling me.
realize I'm really hamstringing my own arguments.
Fuck, Brian. Come on, keep up,
The
buddy. Let's
theater
go.
on my roof we're showing.
All right, let's go.
All right, who wants to go first?
I don't know. You want to give pole position to Avery over there?
No, I wanted to go last.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
So
That's what I meant.
if he's going last, then
Pole position
One of us.
actually does mean first.
no.
I messed
Oh,
that
it
up.
does, doesn't
I
it?
did
It
mess
means
that
like
up.
you're in the front of the pack.
Exactly. I messed
Yeah,
that up.
I just think of that video game, back to video games that I used to play with the big wheel.
Pole position.
Pole position was
That's a
tight.
good game.
Yeah. You used to
Pole
spin that thing
position
like
or-
you get to a certain lane, you just pull it.
Pole position or RC Pro Am?
No, pole position. Pole position. All right.
Blades of Steel or NHL hockey?
Brian, let's go.
Dig Dug or Cubert?
Dig Dug. Dig Dug.
That was one of the first gifts I got Christy because she loved that game, and I
Cubert
got
or
off.
Dig
No, Dig Dug.
I love the idea, Cubert, and then as soon as you play it, you're like, this is shit.
We know.
Yeah, it really is.
I love the idea of it, but it's
Bubble
like
bobble.
hard to even see what the fuck's going on.
No, Dig Dug kicks ass.
For those of you who are not
That's
Patreon
like,
members,
It's got like a laser, right? Doesn't he? Like,
Dig Dug's the one where you're burrowing,
Yeah,
you're trying
yeah.
to get stuff
You
to
dig,
fall.
and you're a little
but
white
doesn't
and
he have like
blued.
a little like Ghostbusters
Yeah, he's got a
laser he shoots?
No, it's like a pump, an air pump, and he
Oh, is
blows.
it?
Yeah, they actually inject the dragon and or rock dude, and then you blow them up. You pump
no
them until
shit.
they explode.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I've always wanted. Tell me if you've ever done this with Dig Dug. I've always wanted to clear all of the dirt off of a level, but I've never gotten there.
Oh, that'd be satisfying.
Yeah.
they
Every
let
single
you.
piece.
That's right.
I've never gotten there. I've tried.
Too many quarters.
Yeah, a lot of quarters.
Dig Dug.
If you are not a Patreon member, then you for sure, unless you're stealing, you pirate, you for sure missed my fantastic conversation with myself about Burger Time. The video game from back in the day. All right, let's talk about what we want to do with the show. I just added a 6th, and I'll go first. Let's talk about video games.
I feel like this is an accomplishable goal. We can stop right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 5 for me.
What about Dragon Slayer? Do you remember that one? It was such a piece of shit game once you realize what was going on with it.
Was it an arcade game or a Nintendo?
It was an arcade game, but it seemed so futuristic because it was cartoons. So like it was illustrations and
okay.
and not 8-bit, right? It was actual like cartoon like
Interesting.
animation,
remember
but it was cost like $1 or maybe 50 cents per. It was like a very expensive game, and then it was a quest, and then you would have to remember like you figure out which way to do the joystick, right, left. It was like a choose your own adventure type
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
And then it would just show you the next clip of the fucking cartoon, and either you died or you lived, depending on
you
which
didn't get to
choice you
play
made.
anything?
You're not actually moving the character. You're just kind of turning the page, but people were all about it. There was like at Westworld, which was the name of the arcade next to the Village Theater in Westwood that my brother and I used to go to on Christmas. There'd be a line for it. And
Really?
Yeah. And then
Saps.
you realize, you're not actually moving the fucking characters. It's just you're figuring out which page to go to.
No, that had phased out by my era.
Dragon
I enjoyed
Slayer.
playing in terms of when I was younger, in terms of arcade games, Rampage.
Rampage was
Rampage was good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That was fun. And then as I got older, NBA Jam was the greatest thing in my life.
Metal Slug was also great.
Metal Slug?
That might have been my era when I was
I don't know what that is.
a young boy in the arcade, 8 years old. It was super violent. It's just automatic machine gun. You're jumping in tanks.
Commando was good.
Mowing down
Commando was
Nazis.
good.
Excellent.
What was the name of it?
Metal Slug.
Metal Slug.
Don't know Metal Slug.
What
That's my 10.
Last memory. Well, my number 6 is failing thus far. It's not doing well. There was something else I wanted to say about video games.
How much you love them?
They were pretty good.
Best hockey game.
Well, what was the boxing one they used to play? Like it was like
Mike
point of
Tyson's
view.
Punch-Out?
No, it was point of view. Like
Mike
left
Tyson.
hook, body blow.
Oh.
What was that? KO'd?
I don't know.
That sounds familiar.
I know what
I
you're
used to
talking
play a
about.
lot
Yeah.
at Round Table.
Body blow. I remember that.
Play that a lot at Round Table. Yeah.
That might have just been Punch Out.
All right.
Best hockey game.
I didn't play all that.
The answer is NHL
95.
95, 94, yeah.
95 is pretty good. All right. What are we doing?
Did you tell me?
I can't play video games. I can't do it. Addictive personality.
I haven't played a game in quite some years.
I'll challenge
My
you.
Sega Genesis was
Have a
the one.
challenge.
No, the whatever N64 Bond.
Oh, that was really good. That made me a Bond fan.
I
Almost.
know.
Holy shit, I loved it.
GoldenEye.
Yeah. And then you get killed and like the blood would come
I
down
know.
the screen. Oh, so good.
I know, it's very
And the head, you could play it so that you had giant heads.
heads.
Oh, I love that game. I
that's
forgot
right.
all about it until just now.
Yeah, GoldenEye was excellent.
You never played GoldenEye?
I spent
Yeah, yeah.
months
Oh, yeah.
playing that.
Okay, yeah, as did
Months.
That's swept.
I didn't watch movies.
That swept my fraternity. Can I just say, controversial? I preferred one shot, one kill. Because everyone else wanted to play like unload your machine gun on someone and their like life.
Into the
Well, you would get the
microphone,
golden gun.
Into the microphone.
Oh, nothing but golden gun. That was great.
Yeah, or grenade launchers.
It was good.
Oh, so
All right, let's do the program. Let's do the show.
More video game involved. Coming later.
Let's not do that. If Brian had his way, it would be nothing but video game and
music.
Yeah.
I don't actually like video games that much.
You don't like movies either, so.
That's true. And here I am.
What do you like? All right, let's go. You go first. I already did my number 6. So.
Number 5 for me, and again, there'll be some crossover, so I guess we want to jump in if you have it on your list. I think in years past, we bemoaned that there were more T-shirts from the Film Vault. We did maybe once a year, and honestly, probably a little less than that. But merch should be something we re-up this year, get a little more merch, and specifically. Well, I drooled right there. Specifically,
No one had to hear about that.
I know. Sorry about that. We probably dropped the ball by not ever offering masks.
No, we do. They're
We do?
available right now on our site. Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
Let me see them.
God damn you,
It's in,
Brian.
it's in the show
What?
notes.
It's in the show notes every week. Yeah.
The mask?
You can buy a mask, a film wall.
Well, good. We've
branded
already
mask.
accomplished number 5. This
There you go.
episode's going great.
Yeah, but my number 6 is failing miserably.
Okay.
So we're still par for the course. All right. In all
I like that he's
seriousness,
checking to verify. Are
I
you looking at
literally
the map?
he wants to see the mask. He
I
wants
do.
To see
I
what
want to know what it looks like.
It wasn't well designed or well thought out. It's
Oh,
right there.
Anderson
And we got
Cow.
that. We got the mask on there, and there it is. Boom.
Boom.
I mean, there's other things we could do, but that's what we got right now, and I think it's good. And we've sold a few.
Merch.
All right.
Episodes.
My shirt guy,
Where is
though, Eric, did not respond to my most recent text, which is upsetting. I understand it. At Christmas time, probably you're busy, but there were some children that I wanted to get shirts for, and since you didn't respond, Eric, I had to give them nothing. All right, that's our shirt guy. That's my little shout out to him personally. Let's move on to my number 5.
I'm looking for the link. I don't see it.
It says new merch here, brah, brah. I used to put pictures and stuff, but I stopped doing that. All right, it's at the top of the page. It should be at the very top of the page. All right, number 5 for me.
It's in the show notes when you go, minutia. It's in, I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah. Number 5 for me is I want to do at least 3 new commentaries. This is holdover.
I don't agree to this.
Holdover from last year. We ended up doing, I think, no commentaries all year last year. Where we really dropped the ball is we should have had listener viewing parties during COVID when people couldn't even leave, and that would have been fun. We did get
It's a good looking mask.
We had, God, he's so frustrating. We did have a gathering, but we didn't get to do our 007 marathon, which we were thinking about doing. I want to get to a place where we are doing regular commentaries. I'm talking like one a month. I'm talking about maybe doing like a Patreon level where we have viewing parties once a month on a given the third Thursday of every month or something. And,
Love it.
Starting at 8 o'clock Pacific, we sit down, we kibitz a little bit, and then we all start watching the same movie at the same time. Mute everybody, and then we talk shit about about the movie or talk the movie up or
Well, obviously,
whatever
it would behoove us to make this available to stream somewhere down the road.
Yeah, and then we could have that available for all Patreon or whatever. But I'm thinking for like a live audience to do that with on a regular basis for a Patreon tier and actually put some work and effort into it and have a good time. Have like a film vault party, a viewing party once a month.
This.
Love it.
That's an idea. And I think some of my ideas will be able to get implemented this year because we have Avery now. So I'm not just going, I hope to be able to do this. And then I just get caught up with other things like the fucking show and the child and the other show and making a movie and the wife.
This show should be your child.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's an ugly child.
Bastard child.
Balding.
Hey.
the
Babies
child.
are bald.
The child is.
My number 5, this is the only one that applies, I think, just more to me, but my number 5 is to see more movies in theaters.
That's smart.
Because I feel like I'm definitely one of those people who's guilty of, it's coming out, I'll just wait until I can just rent it or see it at home. And I'll see the big releases, the ones I'm really excited about, but I'm pretty stingy about what I see in theaters. And I've already started to be a little more liberal with it. And just like with The Matrix, in the past, I wouldn't see it in the theaters. I just streamed it at home. But I was like, you're interested? Go and see it. Have that experience.
Yeah, both you guys
support the theaters.
Saw it in the theater, which I did not.
IMAX.
Yeah.
Both you guys saw it in IMAX, so theater and a half. And I saw it at my house, and both you guys liked it more than me. So
and that's sort of what I've realized with some of these movies is you're missing out on something by waiting until it just goes to your screen and renting it at home. No matter how good your setup is or if you have an AV.
Right, you're seeing it the way that it was intended to be seen. Right. It's akin to seeing like a sculpture in person, like a Rodin in person, like in a garden or something, right? As opposed to seeing a picture of it in a book.
Yeah, or getting it on a magnet or some little keychain.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Well, there you're just kind of signaling that I'm familiar with Rodin.
I like this thing.
Yeah. But movies cost a lot of money these days. So
I know.
Have you taken the leap?
I have not taken the leap, and I think that's my next leap because both my roommates have. It's the AMC membership.
I did the research. I did the deep dive, and I was happy to find that the one that I already had is the best buy. And I can say
what's
this.
What's it going to cost me? What?
$23 a month.
See, that's better because
I'm
already
see 3 movies a week.
Yeah, you can see
the same movie.
Format.
Yeah, I might as well do that because I'm already seeing at least one a month.
You can see IMAX
every
one of them.
If you're seeing one premium format, you're already paying
paying for itself.
Bucks.
Yeah, I'm already doing that. I'm already seeing 2 or 3, and that's why my roommate's always like, "Let's go see this. Let's go see this." I'm like, Jesus, I'm not trying to drop $80.
Yeah, because that's how $18. Because I used to back in the day before they had like the what was it called? Movie Pass, and then the other theaters followed suit, and Movie Pass went away, but. Both of us were probably spending, over $1,000 a year, if not more, on movie tickets alone. And they have ways now where they reward you for being a loyal movie watcher.
Yeah.
And they want you in there anyways to buy the popcorn and everything else.
And that was sort of my biggest barrier to entry anyway. It was kind of like, Jesus, how are you doing $23 every one of these movies?
It's shocking when you look at how quickly these movies become readily available. Like if you're a streamer, like, Hulu or Netflix or Amazon, the 3 big ones. Or Disney Plus now. How many big ones are there now? At least 4 or 5, right?
Streaming services?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How many would you call the big 5? I don't know.
At this point,
HBO, Hulu, Netflix, obviously, Amazon,
and Disney.
And Disney.
And Disney. Those are the big 5, probably.
Criterion, probably Shudder.
Way down.
Paramount.
No, Paramount.
Paramount's a bigger one.
That's what I'm saying after that, in the next tier.
But most of us are banking on it becoming available soon thereafter, after it's in the theater on one of those sites you're already paying for.
Apple TV
Apple's coming up now. And also,
they got Ted Lasso and they got Oscar movies. I mean, you can't turn your nose up at Apple.
But that's not the point of what I'm saying is like it costs like upwards of $20 just to get in the door to see a movie one time. And then you think back in the day, it was like, I could own this on DVD for $20 in like 3 months. But now it's like, I can see this for, the price of my subscription in like maybe 3-6 weeks.
In a worse format when no one's talking about it.
But that's not how people think.
I know. Because that's what I've realized too, is that you miss the conversation.
You miss the conversation, which is...
And then you go, oh, cool, I saw that on my own. Great.
Yeah.
and there's less, Well,
that's Brian. He'll talk about like...
that's true.
The fucking When We Were Saints or whatever it was called.
Oh, many shades of Newark.
I got it. I read on the Patreon message board, someone was very upset that I cut you off the knees there and didn't let you
really?
wax. About
Proselytize.
One of the greatest shows in the history of television, and Brian was going to talk about the movie that was made out of it. Yeah, like
I thought
5 months late.
so. What?
All right, but
Like everybody's saying, that's what
I go to the movie theater and I'm shocked that anyone's there spending, if they are spending full price on a ticket. It's like, wow, like you must really love cinema to be here, right? So,
Or they're a rube.
not.
They're a rube like me who doesn't realize that there's a cheaper way to do it.
what I was starting to say too is that back in the day, like the only way to see some of these smaller independent movies was, a Lemley or something. So you think, okay, I'm paying $24 a month to see, to go to AMC, but then I still got to pay if I want to see like some of the smaller movies that I'm interested in seeing, like at a art house. But no, AMC is like picking up the slack a little
really
bit,
are.
and they're showing some of these art house.
Yeah.
Movies at some of those selected theaters. And when you can go to any AMC, usually there's one within 20, 30 minutes of you that's showing a smaller movie as well.
Yeah, I think I got to bite the bullet because I feel like half the time now when I'm going, I don't want to see that movie, it's because I don't want to pay $20 just to see that movie.
Plus, I mean, I feel like I was harder on movies when I had to pay the full $20.
Yeah.
Now
like,
it's easy
fuck
come,
you.
easy go.
Like, imagine if I had to pay $20 to see Matrix.
Oh my God.
I felt like,
You're talking to a guy who did that.
but you liked it.
Yeah, that might have been part of the
Like,
reason.
I go back to The Village, to M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. Like, I felt swindled. Like, I felt like he stole money from me. Like, I felt like he put his fucking hand in my back pocket and took out a 20 because he misrepresented that movie. All right.
And I also I have the listener top 5 as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And it does. I don't know if you want me to weave it in because I don't think that there's going
We'll
to be.
do that at the
okay.
end. I'm curious.
The only one
to
I'll
see.
spoil, the number 5 that already lines up, more sniff tracks, has been requested.
Cool. I think we should rebrand that too. I don't like ripping off riff tracks, which I didn't know what
It's an
we were
homage.
stealing.
It's an homage.
It's an homage, really? Are you a big fan of the old riff tracks over
I've
there?
never heard one.
So it's not an homage. It's
Well,
a ripoff.
they're the originals, and they're
an
made
homage.
popular.
No, it's a ripoff.
By mistake.
It was clever when Logan named it, but I don't feel like we're worthy of calling it something that I'm not appreciative.
Hit us with your new name suggestions.
Commentary. Film ball commentary.
Very boring.
Straight to the point.
Commentary. We're not commenting.
We're absolutely commenting
Well, I guess we are.
throughout the entire movie. That's the whole point. Can you imagine we just sit there and watch it?
Was it Clockwork Orange the last one we did?
I think it might have been.
Wow, sitting right here, pointing at Avery's crotch.
Why did you just point at Avery's crotch? We were not sitting on Avery's crotch. We were sitting where Avery was
Sitting where
sitting.
Avery's sitting.
All right, what do you got?
Number 4 for me, we a little peek behind the curtain when we interviewed producer candidates. It came up in pretty much everyone's interview how much we wanted to do a video element of the show, and everyone had interesting takes and more or less the same, which is, that's a great idea. You should be doing that. So I would like to incorporate an element of video to the show, perhaps live, certainly available for download. Live might be a little difficult. I imagine an edited version is probably what we'd end up doing, but I don't make those decisions because I don't know a lot about video streaming or
You do have an AV guy, though.
I do have an AV guy,
wanna
and
bring
I
the
have
AV
a
guy
producer now just to my right who's named AV Ree. You're my AV guy.
Is that why I got the job offer?
You're my AV guy.
Please don't make this a
AV.
thing. I don't like this at all. Please don't make this a thing.
So video element, number 4 for me.
Video element. I'm in. I got it, yeah.
I mean, I wish I could say it more eloquently, but I'd like to have a video version of the show.
I'll get there, buddy. Yeah, I can start right now by saying this. Get us going on Twitch, which is a holdover from last year. I've been told by a number of you listeners, as well as other people who are on Twitch, that the Film Vault should be on Twitch, should have been on Twitch for a while. It is a whole new animal. It's a learning curve.
Producer for the last few years.
I've looked into it. I've spent time on it. I just was not ever bold enough to take the plunge, especially when I was producing by myself. This is a great example of having Avery will be able to help us because there's no way, Brian, I was going to be able to run us on Twitch and effectively do a good job of hosting as well. So I know people are out there that do it, but usually they're solo acts and they're playing a video game and they just set up a fucking static shot. But we're going to do something more interesting. And I like the idea, and I was talking about it last year, of having conversations about certain things. I think one of the ideas that I had was like, let's have a community conversation about like how we approach movies from canceled artists. Like, what do we do with Woody Allen movies? And like, is it okay to watch his old shit, but not okay to watch his new stuff? And like, there's a whole conversation there that would be fun to have with an active movie loving group, and I think Twitch is the perfect place to do that. We might be able to do like maybe one Flickfession a week on Twitch, and then other stuff for premium or something. But Twitch is definitely something that we could utilize for the Film Vault, which it goes to what Brian's talking about is a visual element of the program. Because I'm ready for my close-up. I mean,
I was going to say, we're burning daylight here.
I do want an excuse to watch what I eat. Oh, by the way, what the fuck is with Weight Watchers?
Oh my God, I didn't see this coming.
Why did they change it to WW? Is it
that what
really?
they're calling themselves?
They're called WW now,
Oh.
and I think it might be because you can't say weight. No, it triggers people. And
Watching your weight is body
watching,
shaming.
body shaming.
And WW doesn't trigger anybody? Doesn't bring up World War II or anything like that?
Triggering me. I'm concerned about World War III, and that's because I drove by one today, and it says W. There's a W on top of a W, which is triggering because it looks like there's some kind of strange letter sex going on there, and
You're a strange guy, Anderson.
I mean, it does look like the one W is mounting the other W.
Let me see new Weight Watchers logo.
It's just a purple WW.
Oh no.
What the fuck kind of world do we live in? My son is being raised in this world. Oh, you can't say Weight Watchers. You can't say that.
They don't have very good aim. The bad guys don't have very good
I mean,
aim.
fucking Oprah Winfrey is their spokesperson. Like, she's the lead. She's fat, she's thin, she's fat, she's thin. I mean, pick a body and go with.
The new
What's the
logo follows on a visual identity redesign in 2012 by partner blah 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 blah. This is Design Week.
I like Kirsty. She was the golden age of Weight Watchers.
Until she got a little too heavy, I think. Even, I don't know. I think Oprah's still heavier than she. Huh. Those W's look pretty fat, though, right?
I was going to say they're not thin W's.
Hey, as somebody who's battled weight his entire life, I think it's fucking lame. All right, let's go.
That's what, number 4 for me?
4 for you. On the heels
4 for Avery.
Number 4 for me. So you guys always talk about how the show is seen as a service. I think something.
No,
that
I do. Brian makes fun of
talks about that.
Anderson believes it's a service. I think something that would be useful for the listeners, that would be helpful, is a segment that I think I pitched you guys called Last Call. Which is
great.
At the beginning of the month, letting listeners know what movies will be leaving streaming platforms, because that's the biggest pain in the ass.
Yes.
When it was just Netflix, it was easy to do,
right?
Because you were aware of it. That was the only thing you were going to, and it would let you know, hey, it's on.
Would
your
they let
queue.
you know though?
Yeah, because if it was in your queue, they'd be like, all right.
You got this.
Yeah, it says leave. Yeah, it says
Terminator 2 is expiring
Yeah.
at the end of February. So now there's so many, it's impossible with the big 5 to know.
5 or 6.
So I feel like it would be helpful to the listener.
Power 6.
How do we? Is there a
I haven't looked into that yet. This is all.
I do know
Willy
that-
Wonka
Don't smack your
ideas
lips.
at this point.
I feel like, you know what, Brian, I've been having a really hard time keeping my train of thoughts. Let me just blurt this out real quick. I think step number 1 would be keeping a list of all of our Flickfessions going, like all in one master list, so that we can refer to that. Otherwise, like, how do we know which movies to even target for last call?
Yeah, that's true. Some database, we'll figure out the details, iron them out, but I think that would be helpful for the listener. Let them know what's leaving. And also, that would happen at the beginning of the month. And then I think what would be fun, too, is if you guys each either pick the same one or a different one of a movie you have not seen yet that is leaving a streaming platform that you've been trying to catch up on.
Yeah.
So if you see one of those movies you've been waiting to see, it's leaving Disney Plus next month. You go, all right, this is the movie I'm going to try to see for Last Call.
Back to this being considered a service by you and myself at times. I suggest that if we do that, we watch them long before they are gone, not like the week that they are gone. And then we Flickfest them and they're no longer available.
No, it'll
streaming, which is kind of what Brian was doing there for a while. It infuriated me.
It'll be with the idea that you at least have something like 3 to 4 weeks to see it.
And like, this is worth watching before it's gone, or like, don't waste your time watching it. Because a lot of it is money for sure. Like, you have only so much money to go see a movie in the theater or to have Hulu or I know a lot of people rotate. It's like, but also, where do you spend your time? Because time is finite as well. And
but it's also, some movies are worth a $7 rental. Some are worth
2 hours of your time,
and some are worth just seeing it for free if it's on. It's streaming on HBO, or they're not.
Yeah, they're not worth your time at all. So skip. Yeah, I love it. I love that idea, Avery. Love it.
So I think Last Call would be helpful.
Avery, I'm glad you brought it up. I know I'm going to sneeze here in a second. I know this exists.
Bless you in the future.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Don't in my direction. I mean, you were aiming towards me.
I was not. I'd never do that. I will say that I have Googled this many times in the past because, as Anderson said, I would watch movies that are expiring.
I never said that.
Just for inspiration. And I know that these articles are published every month, like what's leaving streaming services. It's a simple Google search. The information, if you want to take on this assignment, I know that information is out there. How to find it would be the key. Because
maybe we have a listener who's listening right now who wants to have a credit.
Nice.
There you go.
I'm looking at real.
Yeah.
Shoot us an email, contacttfv@gmail.com.
That's it.
I'm looking at realgood.com, and they have an article, What's Expiring in January 2022.
Is it REEL?
Barton Fink
Expiring for
is
what?
one of many examples.
Not going to be on Disney Plus anymore.
It's one of many, many. Oh, Rampage!
Brian, real REEL.
Yeah,
Save.
yeah, right. What's expiring? They're actually doing really well here.
I just remembered a rant that I wanted to go on 2 episodes ago, and it just came out.
Dora! For Star Trek First Contact. So this is
You know what's shocking is you didn't Flickfest Dora.
Wait, that I didn't see it or it didn't Flickfest it?
Both.
I didn't see it.
What was shocking was
Heard
what
it was
happened to Eva
okay.
Longoria. What was going on? What was going on?
I think the
No, I don't want to watch. Find the fucking blue bush with you, Dora. Leave me alone. No, I don't want to watch it.
The
I
Fisher
want to find
King,
it.
Last of the Mohicans, Doolittle.
All right, Brian. You hear him go like the emphasis on Doolittle?
Hugo.
Wait, did you see Doolittle?
No, I didn't see it.
I Flickfest Doolittle. What the
You
fuck kind
did.
of bizarre world is that? Why did I saw it with Atticus.
Perfect Storm.
Are you just telling yourself that?
The popcorn was done, and he's like, "Can we go now?"
Armageddon.
He was so bored with the talking
The
animals.
Square.
Which square? Those 3.
The one you like.
I like both of them. I like the documentary
This
about
is with the ape man. On
I like the 8 man. I watched that scene not too long ago. I did. I
upsetting.
couldn't stop
It's
watching
upsetting.
it. So uncomfortable.
It's extremely
So
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. The square.
You seen the Square?
No, I've not.
There's no reason to. AI. Oh, Kubrick's finest.
Can I see it with my AMC rewards now?
You cannot. It's not a
But
movie.
it's
in
expiring
theaters.
at the end of the month.
All right, let's go.
Kingpin. Oh boy, I got work
All right,
to do.
come on, Bri.
Sorry.
So maybe there's a listener out there who knows how to compile like the top 5 or 6 streaming services and the top movie. I don't know.
Yeah, how do
Maybe
you
there's
find the
a
ones
way.
that are
It
expiring?
seems like it's arduous.
Maybe somebody knows. Again, contact tfv@gmail.com. If you're interested,
I
reach
love
out.
it. I love it.
Love it.
I love it. All right, let's go. Who's up?
If you know, I forgot to mention Stars. Killing it.
Killing it. Stars is
That's right.
gotta be top 5.
Gotta be.
Fucking Stars. Stars is really good for like movies that are like 5+ years old. Like
Yeah.
they're the ones that always pop up where it's like, where do I see Rocky 2 right now? I need to see. My wife has never seen Apollo Creed be a good guy. How do I make
Nice
that
Apollo,
happen?
that's right.
Nice Apollo. Yeah. And sure enough, it'll be Stars.
Number
Stars.
3 for me. This one's more for Avery, but it's a goal I've long thought about and not taken action on, even though I very easily could. We got to clean out that bin. That bin is disorganized.
Yes.
It's a problem every time we try and pack our stuff away. The top doesn't go on right. It bubbles.
Brian, it's as simple as taking out a couple of the air foam
Oh, yeah,
egg
you think
crate
it's so
things
simple?
that take out like 4 of those because we don't use them anymore, and then we're good to go.
Oh, that's a durable good. We got to keep those.
We should
Those
sell
are the
those.
street value.
We should sell all
You're
those.
right. Oh yeah. Put that shit on eBay.
Brand it with I'll get a stencil, a TFV stencil.
Wait, I got it.
spray paint.
Get the
Even
silver
better.
Sharpies, autograph them.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Craigslist local. You have to meet up with the people
You
to
have
come
to,
get them.
Yeah.
yeah, on the corner of your streets.
No.
Yes.
That'll
Okay.
be our first Twitch content.
Stream
It's
live.
my Craigslist casual encounters.
Avery selling soundproofing.
What was it on the After Disaster that we were talking about televising the other day, which is like giving away your shit, like the big items on the street?
Oh, the big item pickup.
Yeah, big item pickup. Like televise that.
Yeah.
And like where it goes and where it ends
I
up
don't
and
remember
getting destroyed. I can't remember what they it wasn't as good as the
Call
real
it
life
Get My Shit.
real life Monopoly, which was
That I did like real life Monopoly.
What is real life?
real life Monopoly is the idea of Bezos, what's this fuck?
Musk.
Elon Musk and Gates getting together on weekends and just getting shit faced and playing real life Monopoly, or like they
For money?
Yeah, like they buy an entire neighborhood and
But a game neighborhood or like a real
an
like
actual
a real
like it could be your neighborhood, and like you're just sitting there, you know that like they bought your
They're
neighborhood.
gonna demolish our houses
And then
and
like
put up our
a flatbed shows up with a giant metal dog. And you're like, fuck, Bezos just landed on my fucking property. Is he gonna buy it? What's he gonna do? That would be fun. I would watch that shit. I'd
Not
watch
bad.
that shit.
All right, what's your number 3, Anderson?
Oh, is it number 3 from here?
Is it also cleaning out the bin?
Cleaning out that bin. First, I want to disinfect it. 'Cause, I mean, that shit is
God
filthy.
knows what it's been exposed to.
No, this is part and parcel to my number 4, which was your number 4, I believe as well. Well, I guess we all want to get our mugs out there video wise. This is number 3.
I'm overexposed.
Involves YouTube page on and popping. I've been wanting to get the YouTube page going for a while. It exists. It's on there. YouTube has the Film Vault, but I want to start populating it not only with the actual episodes and have our episodes up on YouTube, which is smart for the show.
You should put that in the show notes so I give it a plug at the end.
Well, I mean, there's not really much there right now, but listener Philip Crow has been for the last year and a half, 2 years maybe, sending me screenshots of classic moments that have happened within the show over the last 10 plus years. And it's a matter of going through, finding those episodes. He already has them timestamped for
That's
us.
nice.
Thanks, Philip. I've been telling you for a while, once we get a producer, we will somehow make this work. And I want to get
That's a good idea.
the YouTube, the Film Vault YouTube page populated. Also, it'll help you guys, share shit and share recommendations. I think that we should have each review of each movie available standalone as a YouTube track.
It's not bad.
So
Now, let me
YouTube
ask you a
page
question.
on and popping.
Does it worry
It's
you?
a lot of work though.
Does it worry you?
But the
Avery's-
hardest part is mainly the timestamp. Once you know where it is, that's actually the easier
Uploading
part.
full episodes or breaking it down.
Sure. But finding the actual clip, that's sort of the
That's the needle in the haystack. And
Yeah.
Philip Crow, by no means is he done, but he's found countless. He's probably
Yeah.
found,
My
I don't know,
God.
50, 60 great moments from the
doubt
show.
there can't be that many.
I mean, great moments in
That's
Philip's eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to consider the narrator, consider the source. Anderson, let me ask you a related question.
No
Does
is the answer.
Does it worry you that Avery is not taking notes?
No, because he's in charge of this actual feed. He has it audio wise, and he's
Okay.
listening, and
Okay.
he can go refer back.
Throw that out there.
Plus, I don't know if you do this for him
Getting
every week.
excited.
I do this for him every week, or
probably
most
do.
weeks when I remember, as I send him my top 5 in chronological order, 5 to 1, not 1 to 5, like some kind of fucking sick bastard. Which is you, right? I don't know why you do 5 to 1 to 5.
I read like I read Japanese, up to bottom to top.
Here's a question I should ask Avery off the show, but I'll forget for sure. When I send you shit related to the show, should I send it to contact TFV at
just
Gmail or
my
just
personal
to,
one is the easiest one.
Fuckface at Gmail.
You got it.
Rude. Okay. And who's up? That was my number 3.
Avery,
YouTube. Get the YouTube channel on
It's
and
a good
popping.
one. It's a good one.
On and popping.
So my number 3 is tentatively called, Anderson's going to hate it because he already mentioned it's called Real Time. And
Oh, no!
the idea, it's probably already a website, I think you were just saying. But the idea of it is something that I think at least Anderson was already doing, which was on the Patreon lens when he was going...
Yes.
Coming out of a movie or going in, I don't remember, he would give his first impression of it. I would like the idea of, we're working on the Instagram and also edit to Patreon. We'll figure out where it fits best, but I love the idea of you guys giving basically your first impression of a movie. So
That's good.
you're going in to see Matrix Resurrections. You're like, I don't know how I feel about it. This is where I am. Here we go. Going into it, and then the minute you get out of the theater, you're walking to your car, give your first broad brush reaction, because I think people like that immediacy. I think they like, and I think just having that mashup would be great. If you see the going in and the coming out and you just go bang, bang right there, it'll be a quick little teaser for the actual episode where it's Flick Fest. Like an example of what would have been great is if you had this right after you got out of the movie, Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
where the guy was talking the entire time. That would have been great. Your immediate gut reaction.
Yeah, I was in the habit of doing that maybe for 3 movies in a row, where on the way from my car to the theater in the parking lot, saying, I'm on my way in to go see this movie, and then as soon as I came out of the movie, I was like, "This is Lens." I was doing little video clips on Patreon, and then I just got out of the habit of doing it. Honestly, I don't feel that comfortable talking into a thing, but I'm getting better at it, and especially if it can become like something that would help people connect with the show.
But I think it'd be fun because you, at least I know you guys were kind of doing that a bit on the After Disaster. I think a little back and forth between you and Brian could develop too with you guys.
But
what is Lens?
We might have to do Instagram or something because he doesn't understand Lens.
Yeah,
I know
we'll
it sounds
figure it
weird for me to say. I'm not comfortable like talking into a camera, which is what I do quite often. But yeah, it should show because I'm not like I much prefer shooting a subject, but that's not where I'm doing right now. And anyway.
But I think that'd be great Instagram content, and we've been working on the Instagram.
I agree. Yeah. Both of us should be doing that though. But it's getting Brian to remember anything, possibly because of the tumor. Beat you to it.
What'd you just say?
He doesn't remember. You heard.
Son of a bitch. No, I forgot.
I'd have to be.
Oh my God. Well, is it my turn? No.
I believe so.
All right, I'll go ahead. Go ahead and pee, Anders.
Are we going to aim?
Oh, you want to take a break for Amazon? Oh yeah, coming up next. That's right.
Coming up. He caught me off guard. My next resolution is not ruin the show.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, please hit all music cues.
Here we go.
Good resolution. Coming up next, we got a couple of weeks worth of Amazon purchases to go over right after this. Yes, time. Come on, buddy. It's time to unmute me. It's time to do a little Amazon.
Anderson threw me off.
I know, he's really the worst. Do you remember, Avery, back when I used to do a lot? I used to do this every half a year, every 6 months, go over the textbooks that were purchased.
Yes,
on
I do.
Amazon. It's harder to search for those now in our purchases, so I only see them occasionally, but someone reminds me because someone got Education, Law, Policy, and Practice, Cases and Materials. A very expensive book. Hopefully they can pay that off and they become a high-priced lawyer. I assume that's the goal.
I hope they're not reading it for fun. That would be
oh my God, just
disturbing.
brushing up. It's like, I wonder what is the president here. Other things purchased on the Amazon banner. It's actually not even a banner. I thought it was, but it's a little link on the side there on the left. Maybe if you've been looking for a banner, that explains why there is no banner there.
There's a banner at the top, but I'm not sure.
I didn't see a banner. You muted, thank God. The big purchase of the week, Samsung 75-inch class Neo QLED 4K UHD Quantum HDR Smart TV. My God, that's a mouthful. Enjoy your glorious, huge new television. 6 Baco cord reels were purchased. Reel spelled like R-E-E-L. Anderson hates that. Calibrate Color Checker Display Plus. That's a calibrator that goes on your computer monitor to make sure, I guess, all your colors are showing exactly like they're supposed to, because that's important if you're a designer or an artist or I guess an editor even. You want to make sure all your colors are correct. Walking wheels. Oh, Anderson, listen to this. Walking wheels, dog wheelchair for back legs. You can get that on Amazon, I guess. You see the little dogs.
It makes me cry
around.
every time I see it. Yes.
Oh, it's very, very sad.
They don't know, though. They don't know. They're happy as can be. They don't even know that death is around the corner. But it's something
Now
about
they're
them
mobile.
not being able to walk
I
on
know.
their legs makes me so fucking sad.
We're going to talk about dogs after this before you get into your thing. Nikon Nikkor lens, Apple Watch SE, Wavestorm 8-foot classic longboard surfboard, Yakima Powder Hound ski and snowboard mount, Beats Fit Pro noise canceling earbuds, wireless of course, Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition, Shaw Sterling queen size bed frame with wooden headboard, Asus Prime ATX motherboard, Lacey rugged mini 4TB external hard drive, Bose SoundSport wireless headphones, Bandit giant jacket, Moen collection shower head with immersion rain shower technology, Frankfurt Arsenal Platford Series Rotary Tumbler Light, Nylabone Healthy Edibles Wild Antler Dog Chew Treats, Amazon gift cards in the amount of $100, Razer A5 Lux Light Up Scooter, JBL Premium Coaxial Speaker, the Meter Plus, oh my favorite, I love it, commercial wall mount floating shelving, and a smooth swing lightsaber. Nailed it. What I wanted to say to you was Rainbow Bridge. Was that Stanley's thing? I remember that sounded familiar to me. Rainbow Bridge.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Was that the organization Rainbow Bridge that took care of
Stanley. I was thinking Kubrick. I was sitting here talking movies with you.
That's true. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, with the cremation.
The final.
I believe so.
I think
someone got that. I missed
no,
that.
the reason I thought of it is because I'm doing this is
what Brian's talking about is my dog Stanley, who died like 4 or 5 years ago now. He was cremated, and I think it was Rainbow Bridge. Was like they take care of everything. They came and they picked him up in a truck and they put him in a little body. I don't want to talk about it. No. But it's I think and somebody went in and paid for it.
Did we ever figure out who?
No, we never figured out who.
What if it's
we
Avery?
never. Avery, did you pay for
The long con?
Stanley Kubrick's? Stanley Kubrick's.
Stanley
my
the dog.
My dog Stanley's cremation. I was trying to explain to Atticus what cremation was the other day.
The reason I thought of it. Footnote, this is a wild tangent, but my New Year's resolution, I am going to try to make a small donation and highlight on my social media a different charity every single day this year in 2022. The first one of the first ones I did, Gina Grad picked it. It's called like Grand Paws Senior Dog Rescue.
Grand Paws, I get
Grand
it.
Paws,
Yeah.
Paws. Yeah. And like on the website, there's like a link to like Rainbow Bridge. And I'm like, is this like the same company? Sorry, is this the same company or are they just, obviously senior dogs are more tend to expire. So perhaps they just endorse. I don't know.
I said maybe they teamed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe like a reference. You know what I mean?
Let me see. Hold on. And then while I'm looking this up, you can think about this: is it Dragon's Lair or is it Dragon Slayer? And then also there's this: is it?
Oh, the video game.
Is it?
Like if they both work.
Is it Dragon's Lair or Dragon Slayer, or is it Papa Troll or Paw Patrol?
Oh, big time. Well, I know for a fact.
Paw Patrol, Papa.
I know for a fact it's Paw Patrol because.
But there might be something else.
There might be Paw Patrol out there. Yeah.
Troll, Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol, Papa Troll. Rainbow Bridge poem. I don't know. What are we doing? We're way the fuck off now. Pet loss grief support community. Why are you taking me back down to this?
I didn't. You decided to Google it.
None of the verbiage looks familiar. Oh no, the fucking poem. There it is.
I asked you for Grand Paws.
Yes.
Grand Paws.
There is a. Oh no, do I have to read this?
No, you don't.
No.
I feel like Odin's last moments with Odin. There is a bridge connecting heaven and earth.
Come on.
It's called the Rainbow Bridge because of its many colors. Just like the side of the Rainbow Bridge, there is a land of hills, meadows, and valleys with lush green grass.
Chew toys and
for
socks.
dogs to pee on. Okay, here we go. Here are the movies that were clicked through. This is the last time we talked at you. 2 people, not one, but 2 people got A Christmas Story. And that is shocking to me that somebody clicked through. I guess maybe they cut the cord long ago because The Christmas Story seems to be running on a loop on like multiple channels on Christmas Day and the day before.
Right?
I have no music, so I can't. Shaun of the Dead was clicked through, as well as Orphan. Christmas in Connecticut, 1945's Christmas. 1973's Enter the Dragon, which I saw just over the last year or so.
Does the dragon enter? Is it Dragon Slayer or Dragon Lair?
Hey, speaking of Rainbow Bridge, there's a dog that needs to see that bridge real soon if he doesn't stop crying. He's behind me in the room, in the studio, and he's if I make it out, it sounds like he's saying, Rainbow Bridge, please, right now.
No.
My own private, I always click through as well. Strange Brew. Memoirs of an Invisible Man. Carrie. Despicable Me. There Will Be Blood. Fuck this. The Mist. Fuck this. Grindhouse. Planet Terror. Thumbsucker. Dude, Rainbow Bridge this dog.
Why are you doing that? That's mean.
Because he's right behind me whining and crying.
He likes it.
It's hard for me to read. to begin with. The Master was clicked through, as well as The Last Circus, Django Unchained, RoboCop 2, Bronson, fuck this, You're Next, Big Trouble, Evolver, Bram Stoker's Dracula, False Wall Waiting, The Martian, Last Picture Show, Short Circuit, The Brothers Grimsby, The Grease Strangler, fuck the yes, Heat, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, Overload, Wonder, Satanic Panic,
Sir, I could lose
Minions,
my license.
The Wolf of Snow Hollow, PG, are also known as Psycho Gorman, fuck this, Bloodsport, Die Hard, Wolf Creek, Riders of Justice, Focus, Zola, Focus, The Green Knight, Escape Room, Tournament of Champions, Free Guy, The Night House. I'm actually building a giant desk in my garage right now, inspired by The Night House.
Why?
Because I saw, the only thing that I remember good about that movie was I loved the fucking desk that the dead husband had put together when she's down in his workroom. I'm like, I'm going to one day have that, and I'm actually making it. For very little money too. Just I know how to work with tools. Venom, Let There Be Carnage was also clicked through, as well as Benedetta, which is about nuns banging.
And pooping.
Oh, and the pooping, yes. She wasn't a nun at that point. Let's be fair to the Catholic Church. Old Henry was clicked through, as well as No Time to Die. Or is there? Spencer was clicked through. I still got to suffer through that shit. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings and the douche next to me talking too loudly. The French Dispatch and the pain that was going down. 3 intros from Wes Anderson. Great point by the listener. Last Night in Soho. Underworld Ultimate Collection. Resident Evil Collection. I wonder if that involves the Raccoon City. Belfast. Why Belfast? If Belfast is up for a bunch of fucking awards.
It will be.
It shouldn't be. No, I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be forgotten because it's forgettable.
Okay.
I think that it might be up for like 1 award, maybe 2.
God bless.
Maybe like cinematography or something.
Right.
Oh, fuck that movie. If it's up for like Best Picture and
I think
shit,
it'll be up for Best Picture.
You know what? Can I say it? Can I do it? Is it allowed? If it's up for I feel like Greg from Concession right now. Hey, if it's up for Best Picture, can I just ban the Oscars this year? Is that okay?
They'll be talked about at length.
I don't want to talk about them if they fucking put Belfast up for Best Picture, Brian.
Well, you might have to.
It's so far from a Best Picture. It's unbelievable.
Belfast Story.
Panic was clicked through, as well as Girlfriends, Smooth Talk, Come On. Fuck to the yes with the Come On. That's it. That's it. I'm sorry. Come on. Fuck the yes. Have you seen Come On? No. We all have we have this to look forward to. Brian talking about Come On in about 2 months.
Well, I think it's nominated for an Oscar.
I think it'll be up for Best Screenplay.
Best Actor.
Get your fucking Rainbow Bridge out of here.
That's really mean that you would say that.
Get him out of here.
Charlie, I got a bridge to show you. Back to the show. Welcome back. Time to finish up our New Year's resolutions. I'll go first.
Sloppy couple episodes. I blame myself.
We've been off for a couple of weeks.
I blame me.
Number 2 for me, you see every Oscar movie.
This is Brian Bishop talking.
So I sound really good.
Actually do. You sound good.
Number 2, and I think Anderson alluded to a version of this, but yes, I would love to do, and we've alluded to it so many times, or teased it, or threatened it, and we even tried one once, but a watch party. We must do a watch party. You must do regular watch parties. Definitely live, definitely available to stream after the fact. We're not available to join us live. And of course, it would be possibly streamed on Twitch, like you alluded to, Anderson. And I don't know if there's a better platform out there. Listeners, let us know. But we're eyeing doing some listener watch parties with a movie, perhaps serious, perhaps not.
I don't know if we do serious.
Nah.
I don't know how we could do serious.
Maybe self-serious.
Unless it's a movie that just like has very little dialogue and we could like point. No, that'd be pretentious. No, we can't do serious.
No, we got to do. Well, it's one of those things where you know when you see it. Like we've come across movies talking on the show before. Like that'd be a good one to do Sifrax to. To go in and do a watch party too.
Farmageddon.
Yeah, something like that. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of music.
Shaun of the Sheep is great. And I actually saw that over the
Farmageddon. Yeah,
Farmageddon.
Yeah.
And
fun.
It's shocking how well that story moves along without any dialogue at all. It's
some
so
grunts.
So good. There's a lot of grunts and Yeah, we have to do watch party somehow. We have to. And I'm just going to feel a little bit, maybe it'll help with Avery if he's here, but Avery, you don't have to come to the watch parties, but I mean, you can be. I mean, you're part of the program, but I'm going to feel a little bit bad with just the two of us talking and a bunch of people watching with us and they don't have a voice. I'm going to be like,
maybe Avery could read comments because that kind of distracts us.
Perfect.
That does distract us.
Yes. You just solve the problem. Okay, cool. Yeah. Because it'd be weird just sitting there. Okay, you guys are all sitting there. Now it's a little different with a live show, right? But if we're all like in this together on
Oh, no, the comments are some of the best part. People, it's obvious. Avery will literally be a vox populi. Voice of the people. Latin. What's number 2?
I think I just changed my number 1. I think I just came up with a new number 1. All right, speaking of live show, my number 2 is just let's fucking do this. Let's do a live show. If all
I don't know about that.
All of the anecdotal early reports
we have to do it in a park.
Are that this is a cold?
COVID?
Yeah.
How about we wait till I get off the chemo?
Well, I mean, I feel like you were in Portland a couple weeks ago.
I know. I was sequestered.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I mean, I think there are some really fun ideas, especially if we were to get something really creative going. So maybe Avery and I will get together and come up with something.
No, I am 100% on board with this.
That was such a slight, and you didn't even fucking hear it.
You'll get on board and plan something. That's fine.
I said something. There's a room for something very creative. So maybe Avery and I should sit down.
That's fine.
You're fine with that.
That's your end of the.
You're fine with not having any creative endeavors.
I'd rather not. I'll approve.
So we're okay.
He'll rubber stamp it.
That's right. In all seriousness, when I went to Portland, I didn't do any meet and greets or anything, and normally I really enjoy that. And if we were to do a live film vault again,
you enjoy not doing them or doing them?
No, I enjoy doing them.
Yeah, of course you do.
It's really hurtful.
I mean, it's very honest, though.
It's the implication.
You told me that I should go on a Corolla cruise because you're like a character. You're like a Disney character.
You're like a Gaston or a villain.
Awful.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You're like Ursula.
Mm-hmm. Because I have a big ass? Is that what you're saying?
No, because you're charismatic.
Jamie, you have
body hair.
Mm-hmm. Big, wavy hair.
She had a buffalo butt. She did.
My wife calls me buffalo butt just to get a rise out of me. It's cute.
Adorable.
All right, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to say, if we were to do another Film Vault Live, which I would love to do, I would want to spend time with the people. You're shaking hands.
Look, if we're not going to do one live,
this is my number 1. I'll pile on.
Is it
my number 1 live show?
Is a live show.
Because what's a good button on COVID? Because I do feel like there's a good chance that we are past the worst of it in 2022. I don't know what that timeline is, but I feel relatively confident.
Kind of have to.
In 2022, we'll reach that point.
I'm getting to the point where I want to yell at the planet and be like, all right, kill us. Or just let this fucking die, right? Like one or the other, like us or that.
It's like we're stuck in the friend zone. It's either like just cut us off,
kind of
or get us in there.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing there, COVID? Come on. Like, so I understand how scientists operate, and they so far everything's anecdotal, and like they don't have enough data and whatnot. But from what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what most of us are hearing, and I'm seeing fucking top tier athletes get the COVID, come back and play like top level fucking sports a week later at top level.
Top level podcast.
It seems as though this is a cold and we are going to be out of this, by the halfway point of the year, hopefully, unless the way the virus is. And this is, I'm not just, making shit up. And
you sound like Dr. Drew.
I worked with Dr. Drew for a number of years. I worked with Jacques Cousteau for a number of years. I wanted to be a scientist. I understand how scientists, and I also understand the viruses, like they don't want to die. So when they mutate, usually they become less deadly because they don't want to kill the host. And what usually happens with viruses.
A lot of thought for a virus.
What usually happens with viruses, because of evolution and because of the way that things, with gravity just kind of unfold in our world, is they become less deadly and more contagious. And it seems like that's kind of where we're at, but scientists are saying, you got to be careful. But when I see like, all of Canada shutting down because like 22 cases or something, and like 19 of those cases were like unvaccinated. If we're getting to the point where we're shutting down for the unvaccinated, it's going to become like, it's going to flip. And all this is going into my saying, I would like to do a live show.
I'd like to gather a whole bunch of strangers.
And if we can't do a live show with people, I want to do something gimmicky, like, and this is
rooftop.
I'm
rooftop podcast.
And I swear to God, this did not come up beforehand. I thought of it while sitting here blabbing. We could do something like top 5 worst sounds and have monitors pointed like at a assisted living
Go on.
place and see like which sound actually brings people out.
Oh, like cockroaches in the light.
No, not like that at all. But like
what drives them out?
What, like Charlie whining behind you?
Like Charlie whining, yeah. Like
Nice.
which horrific top 5 horrific sound from movies will actually get somebody from the assisted living place to actually come out and inspect. Like,
Were you inspired by the Beatles?
or off a cliff or something, and see which one actually gets like,
out of school.
Or
they can't exactly.
You got to be careful with schools.
They can't exactly walk out.
Especially with some of my top 5 horrific sounds.
That's true. That's actually a really good
something
point.
really, really horrific. Like, why are you playing that sound?
Granada Hills man was arrested today. Outside of school.
That was the dumbest reason to be in prison ever.
Why are you
in jail? I murdered someone. Why are you in jail?
Podcast live show.
I played some sounds.
All right. So that's my number 2. It's a live show. There's a lot to that, but I mean, because
Right.
you said live show, let's move on.
Vox Populi, and I have to switch you 1 and 2.
Yeah, and my number 2 is also, it's already
Well,
been said,
don't
but
Well, because
Pole position.
if you did number 1,
But then,
but it's already
you see the
both have
problem,
been
though?
said.
Then we end with the new producer ending the list with number 2.
But I still think the live show really. I mean, my other one is new merch was my number 2. I think fresh merch. I think there's plenty of room for. I've got a lot of ideas for it. I think there's plenty of merch. There's plenty of good ideas on the table. People love it. People love custom merchandise from shows they like, and I think there's a lot of room in Film Vault lore to play around with and explore.
we should approach some of the better listener arts to turn them into
For
merch
sure.
and cut them in on the action.
No.
Yeah. And I-
No, you
cut
don't
them
like
on
that?
the-
Okay.
no.
But again, yeah, the main thing I think live
cutting
show.
it.
Live show is the ultimate goal.
Yeah. So far, actually, my favorite piece of merch that we have so far. It was from listener Ludwig von Bacon, and that he's done 2 versions, one with Logan, one without. That's my. And it looks like we're droogs, and that's my favorite piece of listener art so far. So, yeah, absolutely, we should use listener art, and we should cut them in. Even though the cut is very, very slim, let me tell you that.
You'll be getting nothing.
That I can tell you.
Number 1 for me, strangely not mentioned, but I've long wanted to reincorporate guests onto the show.
Oh,
I
great.
really enjoyed Anderson, your contribution to the Christmas episode, which is lining up a whole bunch of Film Vaults. Well, voices, some of which I've never heard. So I was encouraged and re-energized to put guests at the top of my list.
That's a great choice.
And it's the best organic way to build the show, as Avery probably pointed out.
Did not occur to me
really?
this time around. Yeah, I've been thinking right before COVID hit. Like, actually, we're on track to start doing that on a more regular basis, whether here in person or just nowadays with the like remote. We can do that, even if it's just a quick 10-minute check-in. What do you plug in? What's your favorite? I mean, we can do like if we're doing top 5, whatever.
Sure.
Like, what's your favorite of that, and have them just check in with us. I think that would be good for the program.
Agreed.
Might make some more new friends, and who knows what comes out of it. But
That's right. Some new listeners, perhaps.
All right, cool.
Number 1 for me.
Is mine number 1?
Indeed.
All right, yeah, I think I threw myself off with the piling on. Yeah,
This is something that I probably most shows this is the kind of thing that would happen like off air, and maybe there's some emails go back and forth.
no,
or
are
that
you
kind of
firing
thing.
me?
However, I decided, what occurred to me, it's worthy of my number 1. I want this to happen. I want it to happen this year, and it would change kind of like the whole idea of the Film Vault if done properly.
Don't like it. Already against it.
How many years are we in?
Like you put it out 20.
I mean, we first sat down 2003. So if you count from 2003 to 2022, that's 20 years, right? We've had countless numbers of tracks played on the show.
Tracks.
Music tracks.
Okay.
We go in, we come out. Sometimes, at times, we've had 3 different segments on an episode. I love the featured artists. Love it. What I don't love, and I never have loved, is this show always opening with a different track.
I agree.
I don't love that. I really wish this show had a song, a track.
Like a proper theme song.
Proper, not necessarily with lyrics or anything, but something that just you associate, you hear that or hear something that sounds like that. You're like, oh, it sounds like the Film Vault. Like the fact that we don't have that is just a huge mistake on our part.
I'll hear that Boss Tone song start and I'm like, oh, is the Girl Show starting?
When I used to run Loveline, I would go through phases where I would for a full year or whatever, I'd end with like a certain track and everyone knew it.
Oh, and I hear Clocks by Coldplay.
Exactly. Yeah. The fact that we haven't gotten here, we haven't done this yet, is just absurd. I mean, it just shows that we're not business people. We don't know how to brand, and I love the idea of just hearing the song. Pretty much every other show out there has their own song that they come in with. So it's a matter of finding the song, a song that we're allowed to use, a song I want it to be from the audience. I don't want it to be some track that we go out there and buy from Rolling Stones.
We did have the Film Vault song.
That's not. We're not going with that route.
You ever heard that, Avery?
I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a way to commission Carano?
Oh.
He will. We'll wait for years.
I know.
Carano will not come through. Plus, it'll be acoustic. I'm thinking something rocking, something we can all. Maybe we do like some kind of. Maybe we start working it in. Not next week necessarily, but like maybe we get like Avery can listen to a few and be like, here are some that are, and then maybe we could vote or something. I don't know.
We could have a little Film Vault American Idol.
We could do something fun. But I want by the end of the year, long before the end of the year, I want to have a song that we bump in with every single week.
I like it.
Yeah.
Could it be a Beatles song?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
I can see it being problematic, causing problems for us.
You got the juice. You can get Ringo on the phone.
So that's actually true. I know David Wild.
What are you doing? What's going on?
I really appreciate it.
You see what you did?
I really appreciate that.
Fuck me in the goat. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here.
I got Ringo on the show.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What if I got Ringo?
Oh, we have
peace and love. Peace and love. Please. No more.
I say this with peace and love.
Autograph.
Don't send anything.
It will be thrown in the trash. Do you hear me? In the trash. No more. I say this with peace and love.
I remember when that happened. This is a few years ago. Do you remember way back in the day, there was an early Simpsons episode where Ringo was like the guest, and he got Marge's fan mail letter like 30 years too late and wrote her back like, sorry, Marge, I'm a very busy man. He sent it back to her. And it was like, well, Ringo.
Yeah, because there was an old thing, like he just signed everything. And it's a compulsion. I get that. I understand that. That's like Danny Collins.
Listener list.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yes.
Listener list. So it was compiled. It was obviously we couldn't do by consensus. So this was the grabbiest ones.
Sure.
Number 5 was more sniff tracks.
I don't think we're on board with that.
Totally disagree.
Number 4, gambling needs to stay.
Oh,
I know there's been talk of removing the gambling. Gambling is
gambling's not going anywhere.
Because what happens is Brian wins and goes, "Oh shit, I won!" Listen to a Beatles album.
I should. That was actually inspired. I should actually refine.
You need to refine. You need to have like a list. At least 10
I have
movies.
a list.
Okay.
Well,
So I Married an Axe Murderer almost came up.
That's on your list?
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I love that movie.
See the problem, kids. You see the problems.
I think you'll like the next 3. Okay. 3 more movie assignments for each host not done via gambling. I don't know how that's achieved. Okay. I don't know, but
no, I'm totally anti that.
But number 2, TV Vault talk is okay.
No, it is not.
It's totally okay.
That's
especially
so
in today's day and age, where going back to people spending so much money on a single movie in a movie theater when a lot of the time it's shit, and you have the golden era of television unfolding.
Oh, was it a good time for TV?
Almost for free on whatever streaming platform that you paid.
It can be argued it's never been more cinematic.
Never been more cinematic, yeah.
And number 1 that I do think you'll get behind, no repeat movies on top 5 lists.
No, none?
Never?
I don't know.
We used to do that. I did that like the first couple of years.
I think maybe be more
get
conscious of them.
Sure.
Try to maybe self-police a little bit.
We do a poor job. I don't even remember what the 5 that were banned were.
Yeah, I mean, I know Election was on there because that hurt.
And I think yours was Manchurian Candidate and Transformers for the big.
I got nothing left.
He ignores
I got nothing else.
No, but I disagree with your number one. I understand what you're saying, and especially going back to this being a service, like you want to hear about different movies and new movies and new movies to you or movies you haven't thought about in a long time. But I think we uncover or we expose the reason why some of these movies that we love so much are so beloved is because they work their way onto lists, and they're great in so many different facets.
Sure.